It was lunch and I was at work and it was raining. And same as any other lunch, we ate together with my workmates. And during that time, adult topics were the buzz. And when I say adult topics, we're actually talking about something that is intimate. Well, I can't blame them. And please don't judge me since most of them, my coworkers, were actually married and older than me. So there I was, an unmarried virgin until now, eating my lunch while in awe, but not totally shocked, thanks to 50 Shades of Grey, listening about their varied married life experiences. And out of nowhere, they were starting to talk about family planning. And they mentioned using condoms, taking pills, withdrawal, calendar method, IUD, and ligation. And as they shared about these methods, there were always complaints because of the side effects and some dissatisfaction. But they can't stop using it or doing it because they or their partner still wanted to be intimate, but they don't want to have more children than they can handle. And as I listened, I realized no one really mentioned about method or a method that really puts a man's body at stake. Like even the men in the group were just talking about what their wives were using. So I suddenly butted in and I said, kung magpa-vasectomy di ay ang mga lalaki, like why not men go for a vasectomy? And there was silence, like legit awkward silence. And the oldest man in the group, who was 50 years old that time, spoke up. Langga, sakit man ang magpa-vasectomy. Langga, going for a vasectomy is painful. And I was like, huh? Sir, sakit pud biya ata laygiton. Sir, undergoing ligation is also painful. And there was silence again. And that made me realize, oops, did I just step on a bomb? Did I just trigger the idea of being conservative in a male-dominated notion of family planning where women always takes a greater involvement, responsibility, and health-related burdens for contraception? Then her wife, who's also my coworker, spoke up. Ay, sa kanang family planning og mag-control, babae man gyud na nga responsibilidad. Like, hey, family planning and birth control, those are the responsibility of a woman. And that confirms that I did step on a bomb. But I understand there was no judgment. There was perhaps generational gap because times have changed. There are many options right now for both sexes to be actively involved, and contraception and family planning are already expected to be shared. It is a shared responsibility. But then again, it got me thinking, was the issue and the awkward silence really about who takes the lead in family planning? Or was it about mentioning vasectomy, an operation that cuts the supply of sperm to a man's semen by snipping and sealing the tubes that carry the sperm? And accordingly, vasectomy is not castration. So I asked some of my male friends and did a little bit of research. And yes, experts says in conservative countries accordingly, there is a fear in undergoing vasectomy, despite the fact that it's effective, less dangerous, cheaper, and a non-major operation where the man would still feel 100% pleasure during doing the act. Men, accordingly to that research, fear it because there is a fear of emasculation. There is also the fear in undergoing any kind of operation around the scrotum. And there is this misconception that snipping a part of their reproductive organ also snips a part of their maleness, making them less of a man. So, because of the fear in becoming less of a man, many, though I will not say all, tend to just give most of the burdens to the woman by making a woman take the methods which alters her body, hormonally speaking, give her a lot of headaches, mood swings, depression, and making her undergo major invasive operation and other negative side effects. Well, I guess many, though not all, find it easy to cut and alter a woman's body than cut a man's maleness. But looking into the perspective of a woman, she is and always willing to cut and alter a part of herself for the sake of marriage, family, and commitment. Think about it. There is an unwritten rule, especially here in the Philippines, that when a woman commits in a relationship, marriage, and making a family, she's always expected to sacrifice a part of herself. I am not saying that men don't. Science just tell us otherwise. Like women do give up more physiologically speaking, starting from menstruation to getting pregnant, giving birth, and deciding to not give birth anymore. A part of her body gets to be shredded, cut, altered, ripped, stitched, and taken out. Not to mention the mental and emotional stress she'll experience as her body gets butchered. And all of that for what? Well, for love. The woman is always willing. The woman is happy. The woman knows it's her responsibility. So she gives it all for the sake of love. No one forced her. It's all her choice. And I guess when you really love and commit to that love, you tend to be okay with undergoing all the necessary sacrifices, which includes literally cutting a part of your body. So for men, though I'm not saying you should do it, I'm not also saying that I am right, but when worst comes to worst, are you willing to bleed? Are you willing to be cut open? Are you willing to alter your insides and perhaps take some of them out for the sake of a future family stability and taking a bit of the burden from a woman's body? When worst comes to worst, are you also willing to be butchered for the sake of love? Because if a man, with all his sincerity, offers me not just the metaphors of the whole world, but also the tubes that carries his sperm, despite the world seeing him as less of a man, well, I think that would be very romantic. Thank you. Back to you, TM Rhea.